NBA. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines. And so off the tip, it's Anchorage. To the middle. All taking his time here. Back to Perkins. Nice move. And it's Perkins with the jam.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
You know, something that Williams does so well as soon as he has inside position, he just goes for the finish.
To the wing right side. Taken away by Williams. And Curry has it in the corner. And oh, here we go. Wall, nobody back. Misses the jumper, and they can't get anything on the break. Wade, bounce pass. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Jacks up a three. And John Wall with the three.
Yeah, I mean, from three. Wall looking relaxed out there, and one of the game's more confident players. He can be a streaky but deadly outside shooter.
Now here's Williams. Down low. Here's Nowitzki. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Perkins.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
Pass to Perkins. And finished off by Perkins.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
And it's Hill with the jam.
That was a terrific pass from Wade. You knew he could find people, and that could separate him in this league.
And so here's Anchorage after the basket by Brooklyn. It's Moncrief on the wing. Lets a floater go. Dirk Nowitzki with the rebound. Now here's Nowitzki. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by one. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Substitution on the court.
And many around the league believe Curry doesn't get enough fouls called in his favor. GA, what do you think?
There could be some truth to that. He gets held and grabbed more than anyone when running off screens, but especially blatant on drives to the rim.
Now here's Lillard. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Wade. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter.
And how about the leaping ability of Wade? What a finish.
Anchorage trails by 3. Here's Wall. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Hill, nobody back. And Hill throws it down.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
And that foul is called on Grant Hill. That is his first foul of the game.
Substitution on the court.
55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lillard outside. Over Reeves. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Looking to end the run. And it's Lillard missing.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Here's Wall. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Damian Lillard.
Second team foul.
With his athleticism, Wall can put defenders in a tough spot and always able to draw a foul.
And so Wall nails both of them.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And it's good, 2 points.
And on the drive, Giannis, he can be so disruptive, just muscling his way through the defense.
Inside. With 2 seconds left. And Moncrief gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds.
Got it!
Oh, amazing! Perfect timing there.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
Well, that's an...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Brooklyn.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the other thing I've been impressed with, guys, is their assertiveness at attacking the paint, trying to hunt for those high percentage looks.
And yes, it's good.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Now here's Giannis. The rebound by Kukoc. To the paint. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for Anchorage. 8-point game. The offensive rebound. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Substitution on the court.
Brooklyn leading by 8. Curry looking it over. Outside, Kukoc. Here's Reeves. Outside for Robinson. Here's McDaniel. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, great pass from Robinson, scanning the floor there and spotting the open teammate.
Pass to Leitner. Anchorage again can't hit. Here's Kukoc. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. Reeves gets the bucket.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Kukoc. It's blocked. Tipped away. Stolen by Robinson. Takes the 3. Here's McDaniel. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And great reach and determination from the big fella. This is why Towns gets so many blocks.
Brooklyn leading by 12. Here's Reeves, and it's blocked. Here's Leitner, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Oh, what a feed right there. Towns' vision is really off the charts.
About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Outside Curry. Outside for Robinson. Here's McDaniel. 5 to shoot. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. Count the basket. And Brooklyn leads by 12.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
Brand outside. It's deflected. Here's Wall. And Wall with the slam.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Definitely got to use the clock here and get the last shot.
Yeah, but if you get an open look, you got to think about taking it no matter how much time is left on the clock.
And Towns is solid at getting strong position on the glass. Terrific work.
Here's Reeves. And so it's Brooklyn with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Brooklyn leading by 10. And it's time for an injury report.
Hey, Kevin, I spoke with the head athletic trainer for Brooklyn, and after looking at it, he's told me that it doesn't appear as serious as they initially thought.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
And the slam dunk by Wall.
And on the drive, Wall can be so sudden, striking before the defense gets a chance to load.
And here is Curry. Shoots from the elbow. Reeves, that's a 2-pointer.
An explosive athlete with length. Wall is a threat when he contests shots.
Anchorage trails by 10. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Back to Brand. Ball's not loose. And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Brooklyn leading by 10. 90 seconds now into the second half.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Moncrief, El Cid with it. Out to Brand. Onto the Kumbo with the steal. Now, Kaminsky. Pass to Wall. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And Antetokounmpo's size, no doubt a huge factor, a master at getting up to block shots.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Brooklyn shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, shooting one.
You know, you were talking about Giannis. He can put up 30 a game without taking many shots from the perimeter. And that's a tall order these days, especially because he gets doubled every single time. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
Yeah, and consistency is the name of the game for Moncrief. Anytime you play him, you're in for a night of all-around basketball.
Moncrief hits them both. Brooklyn leading by 13. Out to the right wing. Back to Nowitzki. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Wade outside. Clock at 4. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade.
And you got to run Dirk off the three-point line if you're the defense, especially from those corners.
Here's Moncrief. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. Kick out to Giannis. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Pass to Kaminsky. Nowitzki for 3. Rebound by Anchorage.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Giannis will take on any defender. Nice finish that time.
Now here's Kaminsky. And finished off by Kaminsky.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Moncrief. Here's Brand. That shot off the mark. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Here's Wade. Here's Nowitzki. Wall, that's a two-pointer. Back to Nowitzki. No good on the last second attempt there. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Brooklyn ahead. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Anchorage. They trail by 14. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Sometimes Wall seems just undeniable. Even the contact doesn't slow him down.
Towns trying to get open. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like, in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession. That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. Over Reeves. Physical basketball from Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
The kick out to Williams. Here's Kaminsky. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Kaminsky's got 10 points in just the second half.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Here's Curry. He takes it in.
How about the quickness on the drive from Curry? The moment he finds his opening, that guy is off to the races.
Wall wide open. Rebound by Williams.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Launches a three. They get a hand on it.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich.
Serve them up.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Pass to Curry. Out to Wade. Here is Williams. Back to Wade. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Stolen by Reeves. And it's Houston on the break. Now here's Duncan. Over Williams. Off target with the jump hook. Here's Hill. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Here's Houston now. And it's Wade with the rebound. Pass to Curry. Here is Williams. Curry looking around. Shot clock at 6. No good on his first attempt of the game.
And the way he was able to reach out towards that release had an impact.
Well, no question. He altered that shot, and most of the time, that's just as good as blocking it.
Now here's Garnett. Another miss by Houston. Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Nowitzki. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Back to Williams. Pass to Wade. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Both teams will make substitutions. Here's Westbrook. And the rebound goes to Nowitzki.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers. No question he got bumped on that shot.
Brooklyn shooting their first free throws of this.
At the line for the away team, Frank Kaminsky.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second. Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Outside Westbrook. The three from Hill. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball because that really will help his confidence. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Wade left side. On the wing, Hill. And it's Hill with the jam.
And how about the floor awareness there? Wade plays like a much older player.
Garnett, the screen. And here's Westbrook from the arc. There's Porter with the three.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Wade outside. Outside Curry. Kaminsky with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good off the back rim and in.
This guy, a tough cover for any defender. Creative and assertive scoring the ball.
Garnett. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Greg, their offensive approach has been rock solid here.
And they're finding the weak spots in the D and attacking.
Hill has the open look. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Hill's got 7.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Nowitzki, that's for 2. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Brooklyn ahead, leading by 5. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Guys, I love their defense in that first period. They were in position and just challenging shots.
Well, I think they combined great intelligence with great effort, and you could see the results.
Here is Rose. Down low. Here's Heaney. Brooklyn with the rebound. Here's Reeves, and he uses the glass on the layup. Reeves has got the first basket of the second quarter for Brooklyn.
Oh, great pass from Robinson, scanning the floor there and spotting the open teammate.
Here's Rose, and Rose throws it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. All alone, and finished off by Rose.
I mean, look at Rose pushing it up the court full speed, not giving anyone a chance to catch it.
West inside. Right side Robinson. The kick out to Hill. Pass to West. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now.
That'll be 8 seconds.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. So it's Columbus now. Pass to Jokic. Puts up a three. The rebound by Nowitzki. And while Nikola Jokic has lots of years left in this league, he's already an all-time great, Grant.
You know, B.A., not many guys have won multiple MVPs and a title, but Jokic has already accomplished so much. And with his size and skill set, Jokic can be elite for a long time and add to that impressive resume.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
And the call will be against Brandon Ingram. That's his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Curry. Pass to Hill. Here's Nowitzki. The three. The rebound by Duncan.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Brooklyn pulls it in. Foul called. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram. It's his first trip to the line. The first free throw is good, so he gets them both.
Making shots at the line. You need a good routine, and he certainly has one.
Down low. Here's Westbrook. Finished off by Westbrook.
What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
And that goes out of bounds. Now keep possession.
Substitutions for the away team. Number 44.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Harden from outside the arc. Kaminsky pulls it in. Here's Wade. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. And here's Columbus now. Here's Harden. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
And right now, if you're the defense, you got to be careful. Harden excels at finding ways to get to the free throw line.
Columbus shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And he makes both free throws. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. On the wing, Harden. Fires for 3. Bearing his second of 3 attempts.
A lights-out three-point shooter, Harden loves to take and make them.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. And he makes the first. And that's good as he hits both shots.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Out to the right wing. Back to Harden. Kicks it out to Westbrook. It's good. Off the assist from Harden.
I don't think I need to tell anybody Westbrook is a gunner. If the D isn't right up on him, when he gets the ball, he's taking that shot for sure.
To the middle. Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Up top, Harden. Here's the break. Pass to Curry. Here's Kaminsky, plenty of space. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Yeah, you can tell Curry knows the angles. Smartly setting up another guy.
And the dunk by Jokic.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And here's Kaminsky. Tipped. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Kaminsky.
Checking in for the away team, number 15, David Robinson.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Westbrook taking his time here. 3-pointer. The rebound by Nowitzki. Knocks it loose. Oh, stolen by Harden.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. Columbus on top, up by 5. Let's take a quick break, and then it's on to the second quarter after this.
The visiting team. Wow.
And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Columbus?
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
Yeah, we got to talk about how pestering they've been on defense, forcing turnovers and finding ways to score off them.
And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for Columbus. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Jokic, the screen. Robinson with a steal. Taken away. Here's Duncan. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. Columbus shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. Brooklyn trails by 5. Here's McDaniel. Soft touch off the glass. McDaniel's got 8.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
Pass to Harden. Spins. Kicks it out to Westbrook. Shot clock at 5. Back to Harden. And the 3 off target. Kaminsky, right side. Here's McDaniel. Jokic with it. Picked up by Kaminsky. Westbrook outside. Outside for Ingram. From deep. Kaminsky pulls it in.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Here's McDaniel. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. Columbus leading by 3. And he's going for the oop here. Picked it out of midair. To the left side wing. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Back to Reeves. 4-3. Rebounded by Columbus. Westbrook outside. Pass to Duncan. For 3. The shot that time not on target. Brooklyn trails by 3. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram. Brooklyn shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Outside Harden. Pass to Ingram. Ball stolen. To the paint. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that much.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Columbus getting their last shot to go. Here's McDaniel. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. McDaniel's got 13.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
And he gets it back. Snatched away. Stolen by Harden. 32 seconds left to the second period. Pass to Jokic. All sorts of time. It's rebounded by Wade. And Brooklyn with possession here. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. And that one's good. McDaniel. Columbus trails by 4. Westbrook outside. Out left to the wing. And here's Jokic outside. And the three-pointer goes. Jokic has got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
Not the tallest center in the league. He more than makes up for it with those crazy hops.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Brooklyn out in front. They lead by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Wade. Yet to see a basket. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Pass to Duncan. Back to Ingram. Here's Duncan. 5 on the clock. Hits the trifecta. Duncan's got 8 points.
Impressive offensive versatility for big. He can show you a variety of looks.
The kick out. Curry tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. And here's Columbus now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break. Well, look, you need a bucket, go to him. This is exactly what he's built to do.
Brooklyn making a switch here.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute played.
Number 15. Austin Reeves.
Right side Hill. Now here's Curry. Outside Reeves. Back to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. To the inside. Here's Williams. Out to the right wing. The steal. On the wing, Harden. He's got 7. And the call will be against Austin Reeves. That's his first foul.
Second team foul.
Here's Duncan. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Hill. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Harden from outside. And that one comes off the assist by Westbrook. 10 points for him. Oh, wow, guys, this does not look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, so tough. I mean, guys, I feel bad for him and the whole team. I hope it's not as bad as it looks.
Yeah, this can bring a team together. Guys can step up and try to pick up the slack for an injured teammate.
Outside, Hill. And it's Nowitzki missing.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
And, Coach, such a unique player, multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. How do you defend this guy?
Well, Brian, if I knew that, everybody in the league would be trying to hire me because no one has found an answer for Nikola Jokic. He can just beat you in so many ways. If you're going to double team him, he's going to create wide open shots and even layups for his teammates. If you're going to leave him single covered, he's going to score. There's nothing this guy can't do on a basketball court.
Now here's Westbrook. Left side, Harden. Let's go with a 3. Sends it home from three-point land. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
A consistent and standout scorer. It's really no surprise to see Harden making a big impact out there.
And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair.
I don't mind this. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
And this will be a second trip to the free throw line.
Dirk Nowitzki taking 2 shots.
And he sinks the second. 50 seconds left to play in the third. And it's Harden penetrating. Williams with the screen. Outside for Harden. 4 on the clock. And here's Ingram from the arc. Brooklyn pulls it in. And he ends the That fast break chance, an intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Brooklyn trails by 4. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Wall. Now here's Kaminsky. No good on the 3. Left side, Harden. It's tipped. Here's West. And that'll do it for the third quarter. Columbus on top, up by 4. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the score.
32.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And it's Westbrook with the ball for Columbus. Inside. Jokic muscles it down.
And dunking it with authority inside. This is why Jokic guys look to feed him down there. And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. Sabonis outside. Over to the wing. And here's Jokic outside. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Brooklyn trails by 4. Back to Kaminsky. An open shot by Reeves. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in.
Stepping up in the big moment. I mean, an incredible job of finding his shot.
Nice job taking the initiative. Coaches will encourage you to take that if you have a good look.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here.
Coming onto the floor for the away team.
Westbrook outside.
Tony Kukoc. Dwayne Wade.
Just 5 to shoot. Blocked! Here's Wade. Here's Kukoc. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Outside Ingram. Kicks it out to Westbrook. And there's the rejection. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Kaminsky. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And Jokic doesn't get a lot of lift on his shot, but he doesn't need it. I mean, he is money in the mid-range.
Here's Kukoc. Counted from distance. Kukoc has gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
His second personal foul. Second team foul.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here.
Number 33.
Harden with it. Picked by Sabonis. Outside Harden. To the middle. Shot clock at 6.
Oh, man, take a look at that one. Just a textbook alley-oop.
Beautifully done. He served it up on a platter. Here's McDaniel. And again, it's Brooklyn from deep.
And they've been relying on his three-point stroke all game. And he doesn't let them down when it matters most.
Well, it's one thing to hit threes when it doesn't matter. It's another to do it in clutch time. Takes a special player.
Outside Harden. Jokic, the screen. Got a piece of it. And they're able to recover. Sabonis can't hit. Pass to West to take the lead. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Kukoc. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
Ooh, he knocks down the clutch free throw. Brooklyn making a switch here. And so both free throws good. And it's a 2-point ball game.
He's such a great free throw shooter who can handle big moments.
to Sabonis. And it's in. A huge shot to tie it up.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
.35 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Pass to Kukoc. Right side, Hill. Brooklyn, no good that time either. And here's Jokic. Outside Harden. Jokic, the screen. Oh, he missed it! Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And now... get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Now Wall. Pass to Robinson. Left side Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Standing at 6'4", Wall is a big point guard. That size, along with his handles, help him operate inside.
So he gets them both, and it's a two-point ball game.
Look, every trip to the line counts, but getting all of these was extra important.
And it's time for an injury report.
I caught up with the head athletic trainer for Columbus. Apparently that knee was twisted pretty severely. No torn ligaments, but still significant pain and swelling. He's ruled out return, and we'll just have to see how long the recovery will take.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Always on top.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. Even with the... advancements in strength training, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Now a timeout called by Columbus.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
And so he drops them both. And it's a 4-point ball game.
A very successful visit to the line for him. Now this is a 2-possession game.
The drive by Harden. Good.
Yeah, getting it done inside. Harden proves he's more than just a perimeter player.
Wall looking over the floor. Screen by Robinson. Pass to Wade. They set a pick. Here's Nowitzki. And he buries it.
Great timing and coordination. Lays it in coming off that pick.
This play could decide the game.
Can't afford any mistakes here, B.A.
Harden drawing the double team. For 3, Westbrook. Yes! Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
And the call will be against James Harden. So that'll be a second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. So the first one drops, and that'll put him up 2. Second one is good, getting both at the line. And it's a 3-point game. And here's Columbus now.
And the game has come down to this. They need a score, or you can practically call it quits. Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Brooklyn making a switch here.
Checking into the away team, Robert Williams.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Home team foul.
He hits the first one, and that'll put him up 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
Question is, now can they protect the 3-point lead he's given them?
Pass to Jokic. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Back to Harden. It's stolen by Curry. To the paint. That's tipped. Ooh, stolen by Westbrook. Now a timeout called by Columbus. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
So hard to get a clean look from distance in this situation because everybody knows that's the shot they need. So the defense is smothering the perimeter with everyone they have. The whole arena knows they need a 3 to force another overtime.
Well, we're going to have a technical foul here. They tried to call timeout, but had already used them all. They just lost track of the situation.
Oh, man, big error right there. Number of remaining timeouts is something you communicate to your players.
We don't see it that often, but with all that's going on, the timeout situation must have slipped his mind. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
Away team ball.
Oh, stolen by Harden. So we see Brooklyn get the win here. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime, they took control.
NBA, I don't think they expected this one to be so hard.
Thanks for tuning in this Wednesday. 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Ingram with the steal. Harden left side. Jokic a screen. Back to Ingram. Just 5 on the clock. And slam dunk by Ingram.
When you got Ingram's length and reach, you gotta throw it down.
That one misses. Good defense by Jokic. What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better.
Exceptional strength. Harden is so smart at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
Harden hits them both.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Ingram with the steal. And they're running. First quarter, just over a minute played. Harden outside. Poke loose. Nowitzki with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Here's Williams. Oh, and the jam by Williams.
Nice job by Dirk Nowitzki using his court awareness to start the fast break. Sees an opening and takes the ball right into the fast break.
A shot's good from Westbrook.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Pass to Jokic. Shoots over Curry. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Columbus.
Well, you know, they've been aggressive on the defensive end, and it's paying off for them. Quite a few takeaways for them in the early going.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that. And there's the slam by Wade. Such a remarkable athlete.
Number 44, Frank Kaminsky III.
1:53 left in the first quarter of the game. Hill left side. Wade outside. Pass to Kaminsky. Back to Wade. 5 to shoot. On its way from Curry for 2. Off the left rim and out. Columbus leading by 4. Jokic a screen. Brook with the drive. Duncan down low. Duncan drawing the double team. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And that comes off the assist by Duncan.
Boy, and that's a big deal for Westbrook, because when he starts to knock down shots from distance, it really opens up his full bag of attack mode offense.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. To the middle. Here's Jokic. And Jokic slings it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Columbus out in front. They lead by 7. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a... And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what stands out to you from Columbus so far in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Out to Ingram. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Bangs home the trifecta. Westbrook's got the lead up to 12 now for Columbus.
Love the preparation that time by Westbrook. He was ready to shoot it before he caught it.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand pull punch.
Hits the three-point bomb.
It's rare that you see this from Duncan, so you know he had to really like the shot.
Here's Wall. And Wall with the slam.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
For 3, Ingram. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. Ingram's got 5.
A smooth shot from Ingram. Shooting with range is definitely an area that he's worked at.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. We've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. Taken away by Williams. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Count that one. Kukoc just got his first points in this one.
agile move there by Kukoc against the contact, navigating the defense to find that finish.
The kick out to Westbrook. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Brent Hill picks one up.
You know, people marvel at the explosiveness of Westbrook for good reason, but he also is pretty crafty. This guy he's got some tricks too.
Brooklyn trails by 13. Ingram with the steal. Here's Jokic. .143 left in the first half of the game. 5 on the clock. The layup missed. Here's Kukoc. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on James Harden.
And you want to talk about difficult guys to match up with. Tony Kukoc at 6'11", can shoot it, handle it. I mean, how do you guard it?
Kukoc hits them both.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Outside Westbrook. Out to Duncan. Columbus again can't hit. Brooklyn trails by 11. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Inside, here's Wall. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
You know, sometimes you see the edge to Wall's game come out in these situations. Tight defense inside, contact, and he just is determined not to be denied.
Drains it from beyond the arc. Ingram's got 8 points.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Here's Kukoc. Left side, Williams. The kick out to Hill. Goes back up. Rejected by Ingram.
And that wingspan of Ingram can sneak up on you. He is long.
Jokic with the steal. And Ingram with a clear path to the basket. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
And it's Kukoc with the jam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And so it's Columbus enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We'll return shortly. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Now, Wall. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Outside, Wall. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
And here's Wall. There's a screen by Williams. To the paint. And the layup falls. Williams has got the lead up to 14 now for Columbus.
Wall doing a nice job orchestrating there, putting the defense in a no-win situation.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Down low. Here's Robinson. And it's Robinson with the jam.
Hey, even when the defense gets physical and tries to rough up David Robinson, he does a really nice job staying with it and concentrating on his shot.
For Brooklyn, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And that one falls for Robinson. Columbus leading by 11. All with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And Wall slams it home.
Well, it takes elevation to finish like Wall here, and that's not a dunk that just anybody can pull off. You've got to have some special ability to do that.
Steph, perfection from the arc.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Now here's Wall. Hill has the open look. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Hill's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
And good to see Hill knocking down the long ball, because that really will help his confidence.
Kudos for the effort, but he got there a little too late.
And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Columbus. And led by as many as 14 points.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Wade with the block.
I'll tell you what, Wade's one of the best in the history of the game as a shot blocker from the 2-guard position, using his athleticism to leap up and turn shots away.
Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Curry. Covered by Mitchell. There's a screen by Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Curry. High post try. Robinson misses.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses. Boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Brooklyn trails by 13. Driving inside. Here's Kaminsky. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Kaminsky's got 4 points in the quarter. Mitchell's shot is good.
And bursting through inside. So difficult to contain when Mitchell's on the attack.
Outside Curry. Pass to Robinson. Wade on the wing. Here's McDaniel. Here's Kaminsky. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. On the wing, Mitchell. Takes the 3. Again, Mitchell missing. Brooklyn trails by 13. To the paint. Pass to Robinson. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Curry is inside. Here's McDaniel. Off target from outside. Columbus leading by 13. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
And one of Mitchell's great attributes, strength and explosiveness at the rim.
Curry on the wing. Back to Robinson. Outside for Curry. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Columbus leads by 15. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Brooklyn trails by 15. Pass to Nowitzki. That three off the mark. Mitchell with it. Defended by Reeves. The kick out to Williams. Hill deciding where to go with it. Releases. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Pass to Kukoc. And there's the try. And it's Kukoc with the jam.
Good cut to the rim that time. Did so with confidence and force. Kukoc enjoys putting it on the floor and finishing at the rim.
Hill with it. Outside Williams. Sabonis inside. And there's the whistle. That goes on Frank Kaminsky. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. They get a hand on it. It's stolen by West. Here's Kukoc. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kukoc has got 4 points in the quarter.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Knocks it loose. It's stolen by West. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Stolen by Westbrook. With the drive. Harden outside. Kukoc grabs the miss. And so it's West with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. A great fourth quarter. Just giving up 2 points. Columbus leading by 13. Inside. Out to Ingram. There's the three. Columbus again can't hit. It's tipped. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ingram touched it last.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
There's 1:38 left in the fourth. Here's West. Reeves outside. 3 on the clock. Good work defensively by Harden.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Can they get it? And the jam by Harden.
That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
And they deserve it. They deserve to celebrate a dominant performance in what's going to be a blowout win.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 15. Here's Kukoc. Curry trying to break free. Kukoc can't get it to go. Outside Westbrook. On the wing, Duncan. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
And Brooklyn making a change here.
Second team foul. Second in for the away team.
Outside Westbrook. Jokic trying to free himself up. And it's Westbrook missing. outside Hill. And the layup's good off the glass.
Using his height to scan the floor, Nowitzki able to spot a waiting shooter easily.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
Away team. That's his first personal.
And the first one at the line is good.
Team foul.
Both shots good from the stripe. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the final quarter. The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
First team foul.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harden surveying the D. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. And so it's Columbus taking care of business in this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks.